Assalamu alaikum. How are you all? This is Rizwana Mukhtar, lecturer, Department of Physics. As we are passing through a very critical time, so to overcome this pandemic situation, we have to follow the rules given by the Health Ministry and WHO. Stay home, stay safe. Only for that we can prevent this COVID-19. Wash your hands frequently. Today I am going to take an online revision class of chapter 2, motion. I hope this class will help you to your better study at home. Today's our first topic is motion. What is motion? If an object changes position with surrounding, then it's called motion. Or if an object doesn't change its position with surrounding, then we can call that the object is at rest position. There are various types of motion, but in your book they describe only 5 types of motion. So our first type is linear motion. If an object rotates on a straight path, that type of motion is called linear motion. Linear motion is the simplest motion. Whenever you walk on the straight line, this is called a linear motion. Our second type of motion is circular or rotational motion. When a body rotates around a particular point, keeping the distance unchanged. That means if an object rotates through a point, keeping the distance unchanged, then that type of motion is called circular or rotational motion. The example of circular motion is the rotation of fan or the rotation of hand of a clock. Our third one is translational motion. Translational motion is such type of motion when an object moves in such a way that every particle of the object moves on the same direction and the same interval of time. Then that type of motion is known as translational motion. There are 2 types of translation motion. One is rectilinear and another one is circulinear. If the translational motion happen on a straight line or straight path, then that type of motion will be known as rectilinear motion. And if the translation motion happen on a circular path, then that type of motion will be known as circulinear motion. Our fourth type of motion is periodic motion. Periodic motion means if an object moves in such a way that it travels along the same path in the same interval of time in the same direction, then that type of motion is known as periodic motion. There are many similarity between periodic motion and circular motion, but the main difference between is that on circular motion the path is always in circular way, but in periodic motion the object can move either circular way or ellipse way. The example of periodic motion is the motion of a hand clock, the motion of hand of a clock. Now you can say that I gave the same example on the circular motion, but the difference between circular and periodic motion is that on the circular motion the path is just restricted, but there is no restriction about the direction. But for periodic motion, the time interval and direction both are restricted. That means the object will move on the same direction with the same interval of time. Now you can imagine that the motion of a fan. Motion of a fan is the example of circular motion, but not the example of periodic motion, because whenever you change the speed of the fan, the time period will be changed. So that will be the only circular path it's follow. So that type of motion will be the circular motion, not the periodic motion. I hope you understand the difference between these two motions. Now our last one is simple harmonic motion or vibratory motion. If an object executed periodic motion in such a way that it travels half of its journey in a definite direction and other half just the opposite direction, then that type of motion is called simple harmonic or periodic motion. Sorry, simple harmonic or vibratory motion. The example of vibratory motion is, you can see that type of pendulum sometimes on the clock. It moves half of its journey on the specific direction and just opposite on the another half of its motion time. So this type of motion is known as simple harmonic or vibratory motion. Speed means the rate of change of distance is called speed. Speed is denoted by V. V equals to S by T. The unit of speed is meter per second. The unit of speed is meter per second. Here you should remember that speed is a scalar quantity and the dimension of speed is LT inverse 1. Now velocity. The rate of change of displacement is called velocity, or the rate of change of direction in a specific direction is called velocity. So the difference between speed and velocity is, in speed there is no direction, but in velocity the direction is mentioned. That means speed is a scalar quantity and velocity is a vector quantity. Both are denoted by V. So V equals to S by T, and the unit and dimension of speed and velocity is same. Uniform velocity. If the magnitude and direction of a moving object remain unchanged, then that type of velocity is known as uniform velocity. But the magnitude and direction of velocity of a moving object changed, then that type of velocity is known as non-uniform velocity. Non-uniform velocity. Now, acceleration. Acceleration means the rate of increase of velocity. The rate of increase of velocity is called acceleration. Acceleration is denoted by A. A equals to V minus U by T. This is the formula of acceleration. And the unit of acceleration is meter per second square. So if the increase with time, then that type of acceleration is known as deceleration or negative acceleration. Deceleration is also denoted by A and its unit is now uniform acceleration. Uniform acceleration. If the magnitude and direction of acceleration of a moving object doesn't change with time, then that type of acceleration is known as uniform acceleration. If the direction is changed of a moving body with time, then that will be the non-uniform acceleration. And the unit and dimension for uniform or non-uniform acceleration remains same as acceleration. Now, acceleration due to gravity. The rate of increase of velocity of a freely falling body due to gravity is called acceleration due to gravity. acceleration due to gravity is denoted by small g, and the unit of acceleration due to gravity is similar to the unit of acceleration, and the dimension is also the same. But the acceleration due to gravity on the Earth's surface is not same. As you know that the acceleration due to gravity, the formula is G equals to Gm by R square. Here capital G is universal constant. Capital M means mass of Earth and R means radius of Earth. As you know that these two term is fixed. There is no change on the mass of the Earth, and as G is constant, that means the radius of the Earth is variable, because you know that the shape of Earth is not perfectly round. It's like oval shape. That's why the radius of the Earth is not same everywhere. You can see that in this region the radius is smaller, but here the radius is greater. And you can see that R is inversely proportional to G. That means where the R less, in that point the G will be greater. So this point is known as polar region. You know that the value of acceleration due to gravity is higher in polar region, and the value of acceleration due to gravity is smaller. I hope you understand it. Gravitation. Gravitation means the attraction between any two objects in this universe is known as gravitation. That means the attraction between sun and moon is also gravitation, and the attraction between earth and sun, it's also gravitation. Our next topic is gravity. There's many similarity between gravitation and gravity, but it's not same. Gravity means the attraction between earth and any other object. It's gravity. But on gravitation, any two objects in this universe, the attraction between any two objects in this universe is known as gravitation. But in gravity, there must be one object is earth. Equation of motion. There are few formulas to solve your CQ questions in this chapter. Formula 1, S equals to Vt. This equation is applicable for uniform velocity. For uniform velocity. Whenever you see the word that an object is moving in a uniform velocity, firstly you should apply this formula. Our second formula is S equals to V minus U divided by V. Our second formula is S equals to V plus U by 2 into T. This formula is for non-uniform velocity. For non-uniform velocity. Third one is S equals to ut plus half of at square. This formula is also applicable for uniform acceleration. This is for uniform acceleration. Next one is V equals to U plus at. Number 5, V square equals to U square plus twice AS. And the last one, A equals to V minus U by T. Here I hope you remember that here S means distance, U initial velocity, V final velocity, T means time, and A means acceleration. Here you can see that there's a CQ question. Here a velocity versus time graph where they define 4 points is A, B, C and D. Now our question number C is calculate the distance of the object for 5 seconds. Now you can see that the graph here it starts from origin point. That means its initial velocity is 0. So our given informations are here initial velocity. Initial velocity U equals to 0. Given time T equals to 5 seconds. And we have to find out the distance. That means S equals to what? So to find out the distance, we know the formula. S equals to ut plus half of at square. But here you can see that we know the value of u and t, but not a. And here's also the final velocity for the 5 seconds is not given. But from the graph you can see that the AB line, in this line is a uniform acceleration. That means the every point of this line the acceleration is same. So if we identify the acceleration of line AB, then this acceleration will be also applicable for the 5 seconds and 0 to 10 seconds. For every point this acceleration will be same. So firstly we will identify the acceleration. So to identify the acceleration, we know the formula A equals to V minus U by T. Here's for A, time T equals to 10 seconds, final velocity V equals to, you can see that it's 16 meter per second. So by putting the value we can easily find out the acceleration. That means A equals to 1.6 meter per second square. We know the value of A, which is 1.6, initial velocity U is 0 and time T equals to 5. So U 0, 0 multiply 5 plus half A 1.6 and T 5 square. By calculating it we get 20 meter. So the distance traveled by the object for the first 5 seconds is 20 meter. Now our question number D. D number question is acceleration of which line is maximum. Here you can see that there are 3 lines, line AB, BC and CD. But we have to find out the acceleration for 2 lines, AB and CD. Because you know that this BC line denote that there's the object is moving in uniform velocity. And you know that for a uniform velocity there will be no acceleration. So acceleration for line AB. for here given informations are time t equals to 10 second, initial velocity u equals to 0, final velocity v equals to 16 meter per second. We have to find out the acceleration. A equals to what? So this calculation we have done earlier on the calculating our C. So we know that A equals to V minus U by T. Here the value of V is 16, U 0 time 10 second, that means 1.6 meter per second square. Now for line CD, here's the time for line CD. Time will be 32 minus 25. That means 7 seconds. Initial velocity here you can see the initial velocity for line CD. That means 16 meter per second. And final velocity V equals to 0 because the object is touch the origin point. That means there V will be 0. Now we know that A equals to V minus U by T. Here the value of V is 0, U 16 and time T is 7. By calculating it you will get minus 2.28 meter per second square. So now you can see the value of the acceleration for line AB is 1.6 and for line CD is minus 2.28. Here the minus sign or this negative sign indicate that in CD line the velocity is changed with respect to time. So we can say that the acceleration of line CD is more than the acceleration of line AB.